Hello, air sign collective, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I am here to continue with your reading in the Happy New Year Witches series. And we just did kind of the opening general read, and it looks pretty fucking good if you ask me. And now we're going to dive into looking at season by season, how are the energies going to play out, okay? This reading can speak to anyone who has strong air sign placements in their chart, in particular Libra, Gemini, Aquarius sun, moon, rising, Venus, North Node, but anywhere that you have a lot of placements in any of those signs' houses as well. This really could resonate for you. So, just be open, receive the messages. Cross watchers, you're welcome here too. I know sometimes it can be difficult to figure out the air signs in your life, so you're welcome to tune in. Not every message that comes through will be for you, okay? Please understand, I'm reading for a vast collective. So I'm just going to let come through what wants to come through. Take what resonates with you and set aside the rest, okay? And if you enjoy what I'm bringing to the table, please do, give a broad a like, make a comment. Let me know what you think of the content. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. I really appreciate it. It definitely makes a difference, okay? It supports the channel and it ensures that I can keep bringing these readings to you all. And I have a lot of stuff planned for this channel, actually, I want this to be a place that everybody can benefit from. So, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, help a sister out, all right? I am going to dive into this reading straight away. I just wanted to clear the energy a little bit. I already called in, my spiritual support team, and have a lot of positive energy called in around the collective who's tuning in to receive this reading. So without further ado, we're going to begin with the current season we're on. We're going to look at winter season and just see how are the energies going to play out as we continue to make our way through the winter season, what's coming in for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius collective in the winter season. And first of all, the big download I got for right now is that there still is a period of time for the air signs to be focused more on themselves. It's not out of selfishness. It's just that we're really tying up a lot of loose ends. We're bringing closure to things that have, reached their expiration date. And we're really getting clear on what we want to create moving forward. So we're just taking some time to ourselves. There's also this message really coming in for the air sign collective about, focusing a bit more on self-care and really taking it to the physical body. I got a lot of cards turning over, so I think we got quite a bit coming in. We got quite a bit coming in for the winter, okay? There's still some action left. We're not quite done yet. But I think that we're really, starting to show up for ourselves. Fitness is something that's more important to us, our health, those foundational things. Making sure that we have our finances in order and really thinking about how we want to create that financial stability, what that looks like. But it's also not just a matter of taking care of the foundation and making sure that we have stability. It's also a matter of we want to be fulfilled in what we're doing. We've been really investing our energy in a lot of stuff that didn't necessarily give us what we were looking for. And so I think we're taking a little reflective pause to really think about, okay, where is my energy still needed? And where can I pull up the stakes and kind of, put my focus in a new direction And what did I learn from all these experiences that I've been through that didn't quite, measure up to what I was looking for, What came forward for me? And how can I apply that as I'm, moving into this creative position moving forward? The first card that came out of the deck is the title card for the deck. And I have a very specific meaning I've assigned to this card. It's all about your bio, okay? And when I say your bio, that could apply, to your career certainly, but really it's on all levels. It's like your calling card. You're redefining how you want to show up in the world, What do you want to be known for? And I think there's certain gifts, there's certain skills, there's certain avenues you've wanted to explore that maybe you kind of held back from in the past because you didn't want to deal with any backlash. You didn't know what other people would think about it. And you sort of restrained yourself. And part of it also is the fear of that exposure, right? Because when you kind of let your freak side hang out or let the side of you be shown that's more vulnerable or, things that you've kind of always, maybe held close to your chest, but you're sort of ready to put them out there in the world because that's what your soul's calling you to do. I think that you're going to start getting the courage to come forward and let more of that be seen. You're really redefining yourself. And so in all areas of life, you're writing a new bio. Who are you now? What do you bring to the table now? What do you have to offer now? You're taking some risks, and you're going to shock some people. People are going to be looking at you in a new way. They may think they know all about you and who you are, but you're actually bringing something they've never seen before to the table. And I think that there's a little bit of kind of tongue-in-cheek sort of delight in that, being able to sort of surprise people, in who you are and where you're at and what you're ready to bring forward into the world. But I really see you writing a whole new chapter, and you're totally thinking in a brand new way about what you represent and how the way you show up, is really your calling card. It really is. And though we may not like it, it is a superficial world. Okay. And people do kind of judge books by their cover, and so you're redefining your cover, and this may also be why you're putting some effort and some energy into your health, into fitness, into your self-care. You're thinking about these things a little bit okay, what does my style say about me? How I show up, what does that say about me? What does it reflect about who I am as a person? And I think some of those aspects of yourself you haven't really wanted to reveal before, and you kind of have closely guarded because maybe they really are on the fringe or very different from other people that you've been around. You're sort of ready to take some risk. You're ready to be more open. You're ready to let people really see you as you are. And, those who can get down with you and dig you, fucking cool. And those who don't, take a fucking powder. I think there's been a lot of work around just releasing attachments, okay? And we do see here, that what's coming in is this, magician cycle. So this is a new beginning, right? But it's really about taking that moment. You notice the magician has their eyes closed, okay? They're not just, waving around their wand willy-nilly, okay? They're taking a moment to really consider, how do I want to direct my energy? How do I want to exert my power in the world? Holding power and the way you exercise your power in the world carries the weight of responsibility, okay? And I think you've really come to the place in your life, Air Sign Collective, where you really realize that your choice is your power. You can always change any situation, any dynamic, no matter what you're dealing with. It's all up to you and your choice, and that exercising your free will, okay? So you're really considering this, all these pieces, you're understanding that I do have the ability to manifest. And I think a lot of air signs have really been noticing their manifestation abilities increasing. And they want to use this consciously because they don't want to create more fuckery, all right? They've had enough of that. And they've also dealt with some smoke and mirrors in their life. And some of it was self-perpetuated, okay? You denied your intuition at certain points on your path. You wanted to believe, in your highest vision. You wanted to believe that, the people, places, and things you were investing in could meet you there. But not all was on the up and up, okay? And sometimes, we choose to kind of indulge in the fantasy rather than looking at what's real. But I think you really understand now the cost of that when you do that. And that's why you're really paying attention to where you channel your energy now. That's why you're taking this time out. It's just like, just let me get centered for a moment. I know that wherever I direct my energy right now is going to manifest something like that. So I need to be very clear about where I'm investing right now. And a lot of people might not understand your moment of pause. They might not understand why you're like pulling your energy back. But you can't really worry about that right now. You have to really focus on where you're going, where you're headed, why. Because once you set your sights on that target and you use that wand to direct your energy, you're going to see everything's going to start to move very quickly. This is Aries energy, okay? I say it in every reading. I'm going to call out the signs. Please understand that these signs are energies, okay? You very well could be dealing with an Aries in this regard. You may be embodying the energy of Aries. You don't know everybody's natal chart, okay, and where they may have these different signs aspected. But I do call them out because sometimes it really like dials in the reading. And I keep getting this, what's this snap energy? It's like, it's a snap. I kind of feel like that energy is in place right now where everything's been really complicated leading up to this point. It's about to be a snap, okay? And everything's going to happen just like that. 1 minute you're dealing with, a very frustrating set of circumstances, and just like that, the solution comes in. I feel like everything is going to change just like that in a snap, in a blink of an eye. And I feel like right now it's that trust zone, right? We're in that trust fall zone where it's just like, know that you put in the work. You put in the work. You know what your vision is. You already have it. And it's been building. It's been building in this time that you've been quiet, that you've been more focused on yourself, that you've been building your energy, building your momentum. And pretty soon it's going to be evident for everybody else to see too. All right. So Magician is a very nice, strong card to come out here. And I'm going to have a look at these other cards here showing up on the board. This is a very strong message for Libra. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because we have, the Queen of Swords showing up here. All right. That's all air signs really, but it is strongly associated with the sign of Libra. I feel like this is really coming forward for the Libra collective. And why I say that is because I saw this High Priestess card, okay? And initially my mind said justice, okay? And justice is the archetype of Libra, okay? It's our card. So I think that there has been something that's been working beneath the surface. You've been intuitively tuned into it. And you know that stuff's been happening, behind your back. You're prepared, you're prepared. And there is a tower that's showing up here. All right. Tower is Scorpio energy. All right. You may have been dealing with a Scorpio who's been kind of working against you, being a little subversive. I'm getting this kind of like a frenemy kind of vibe, like nice to your face and stabbing you behind the back kind of energy, okay? And they may think that you're not hip to what's going on, but you actually are. And that, I believe that this is what the Tower is about. I believe that, you know, the Queen of Swords is the one who's bringing the Tower, and she's bringing the Tower with a strong dose of truth. You know, she's calling shit out. And, you know, people aren't expecting that, but you're not worried about it. You're not worried about people's reactions to you speaking your truth. You really don't give a fuck. You know, it's not that you lack caring or you lack compassion. It's just that I don't have time to waste on this shit. It's because you have caring and compassion that you're not going to waste anybody's time with some bullshit. You're just going to be upfront, right? You're actually mirroring to people what they need to see about themselves. The fact that all this complication, all this drama, all this bullshit that's been created, it's all because people have been dishonest. It's because people have been working beneath the surface. People haven't been upfront. They haven't been clear. They haven't been direct. So you're kind of like mirroring a healthier way for people to interact in these situations. Now, we do have the High Priestess is also Pisces, okay? And we do have the King of Cups, which is also associated with Pisces, all right? And all the water signs, Cancer, and Scorpio, okay? So double Scorpio message there as well. And also, I throw Aquarius into that mix too, because like I said before, I feel that Aquarius is the water bearer, so they have strong connections. So this message may also really resonate strongly with Aquarius as well. Okay, so let's see, like, what's going to be the result of this all, you know, coming to the surface and shit being called out. We see that the Chariot is what comes forward, okay? Cancer energy, all right? This is things finally moving, all right? Moving and finally, you know, getting the show on the road after there's been a lot of gridlock. But it's very interesting because I pay attention to the artwork, and you notice that, you know, this isn't the smoothest ride, okay? It's sort of like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. There's a little bit of bumps in the road. It's not fucking easy being green, okay? It's not motherfucking easy. And there may be a Cancer that's kind of thrown off balance, you know, by what's going down here. And is in sort of two minds about the situation, right? And doesn't really know how to handle everything that's coming to the surface right now in relation to everything being exposed. But, you know, it's okay. With the Chariot, you know, that's 7, all right? This shit's meant to move forward. This is meant to go down just like this. You know, 7 is the number of spirit watching over affairs, okay? And this forward momentum is needed, okay? And it does bring forward some kind of news, you know? Some kind of news is really going to set things on its track and break up all that inertia and everything that's been holding everybody back for so long, okay? We see that with the Page of Wands, maybe coming from a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's the second time Aries came in, and we do have another Aries card backing up that with the Fool energy. Okay, so we know that everything that kind of like went down in the old cycle is about to be exposed. Everything's about to come to the surface. People who've been, you know, doing shady ass shit, they're going to be brought into the light. You're going to have your moment. Take your spot on the stage. You wanted it, you know, you got it, okay? But it's also, everything can be brought into karmic balance. And I'm saying that because I saw it. I saw it so clearly in my mind's eye, you know, and I'm a channeler first and foremost. I saw that Justice card. So I really feel like this is a karmic balancing that needs to happen. And it puts everybody on the path they're meant to be on, okay? All the players on the board. It puts them on the path that they're meant to be on. It's a new beginning. It's a totally new chapter. What has been has no bearing on where we're going now, okay? But sometimes you gotta like stick a fork in it, it's done, right? You gotta dead the energy so the new can come about. And we see that a partnership is what will spring out of this, you know? There's gonna be finally a coming together, you know, a meeting of terms. There's not gonna be this division, you know, this pulling in different directions we saw with the Chariot, you know? It's interesting too, because we kind of got like this air energy, fire energy pulling in two different directions. I think air and fire are about to get on board with each other and unify their energies. And this is going to help create the avenue, the way forward, now that the obstacles are out of the way, because all that was being veiled in that moon energy, Pisces again, okay? Might be dealing with somebody that has a Pisces moon, all right? That's kind of coming in really strongly. So all that was happening beneath the surface, you know, that was hiding out in the dark, it's about to be illuminated. And this is going to end what's been a really stressful time for you, Air Sign Collective, where you feel like you've been carrying this burden of like what you knew intuitively, but you didn't have all the pieces of the puzzle to really be able to stand in that truth. And this is a lesson for you to like, don't be afraid, you know? Don't be afraid of trusting your intuition. Don't be afraid of trusting your gifts, okay? You know, if something is hounding you, if it's like tapping on your shoulder and saying, hey, pay attention to me, don't be afraid to look at it, even if it's not what you want to hear, okay? Sometimes we pick up stuff intuitively we really don't want to believe. And I think you may have talked yourself out of some of that shit because you didn't want to believe it. Right? You didn't want to believe it, but I think you finally gained the courage to really look at it and see it for what it is and realize it's just an apparition, man. It's not even anything tangible, okay? It has no real power over you. This may be in connection with the Leo energy, with that lion, you know, kind of in the background there. I feel like it's past energy, you know, but here it comes. Here comes the Temperance, okay? This showed up in the general reading, again, associated with the sign of Sagittarius. There is balance coming in here, and that balance leads to unity. We see that reflected in those Two of Cups, okay? And Temperance is all about taking all of those, you know, difficult experiences, all the lower vibrational energies, and raising up, you know, that energy to a higher level where, you know, something beautiful can happen out of what may have been a very, you know, difficult experience. That's what it's about. You know, it's taking the lead and, you know, alchemizing it and turning it to gold, okay? Just because you go through difficult things or challenges or disappointments doesn't mean that there's not a gift within those experiences. There absolutely is. And I think you're going to be tapping into that. And we see what's coming up here is the Ace of Cups. And that's a new beginning in love. All right, new beginning in love. And this is really kind of beautiful here because what follows right behind it is the Queen of Cups. And we had the King of Cups coming in earlier. Okay, so this is a true pair. A new beginning in love with two that are meant to come together. Okay, and right behind that, I can't make this shit up, the Lover's energy. Lovers is associated with the sign of Gemini, okay? So, you know, all the air sign collective is showing up in this right here. There's some of this that's going to resonate for all of you. It is a slow moving energy, which is why I believe we have that Ace of Cups coming in. Ace of Cups is also a timing card. It's associated with the season of summer, all right? So you might not really see this come to fruition until the summer. But I think you're going to start to get hints of it, you know, in this winter season as you're working on yourself, all right? Pentacles also is this energy of finances too. So I believe that's, again, we're looking at the stability, the foundation, building the foundation. And I think you really want to build that for yourself first before you achieve it with another, with this Ten of Pentacles energy, okay? Which is when two people come together, they build together, and they create this like beautiful new life. They have a solid foundation, happy home, happy relationships. So this is some pretty, positive stuff coming in. It also shows that everything that you're building now, everything that you're working on now during this time, air sign collective, that you're turning within, it is going to have success. This is the ultimate success. Okay? It's really arriving at that place of fulfillment in your life. There is some, like I said, Six of Cups, there's still some past energy to clear up. There's still some healing to be done. I don't feel like this is negative. I also feel like there's soul tribe coming in. We talked about that in the opening general read. Okay, there's soul tribe coming in. There's people, soulmates, and soulmates are not just romantic partners. They're also friends, mentors, people you're meant to connect with. They're supposed to be part of your life. And I see that, this is what's coming in. You're going to be doing healing work with some of these, soul connections, with your tribe, with your soul family that's coming in. Some of them will be people that you do have healing work to do with. And I also think you're going to be doing a lot of closure around your childhood, things that are kind of foundational and led you to who you are today and why you view certain things the way you do. I think there's been a lot of deep work on that level. And, even with your inner child, okay? I feel like the inner child's kind of coming forward more, or maybe in some cases the teenager, who, really wants expression, wants to be able to, have the freedom to do the things that really excite them and light them up, that maybe they were more restricted and held back from doing in the past. That's coming through really strong. Yeah, and you're letting go of an old cycle, okay, with this death energy. Again, Scorpio. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be wrapping up something with a Scorpio. Somebody who is Scorpio strongly aspected in their chart. I think that you're realizing that there's just some things you can't really go beyond, and it doesn't mean it has to be anything out of anger or resentment, but sometimes it's better to kind of like just keep space from people. Yeah, you want to really invest in connections where there's going to be growth. And that's kind of what you learned in this situation is, okay, I put my time, I put my energy into this person. I really invested in them. And, it's spoiled on the vine. And again, that just has to do with the dishonesty. Yeah, I mean, right here, Page of Swords energy. So this again, this is, somebody working against you, somebody butting into your life, trying to get information on you, gossiping, working at odd ends to you. So I really see you're going to put that to a closure. Yeah, that's where the disappointment was coming from with this Five of Swords energy. There's definitely been betrayal here. And we got Queen of Pentacles behind that, okay? So Queen of Pentacles are the earth signs, so that's Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, okay? So it's possible this might have been somebody that also has one of those signs strongly aspected in their chart. But I feel like air signs, you're just really like, you're taking your energy back, you're investing in yourself. And the end result is you're moving into that Empress energy, where you are abundant, you're fulfilled in and of yourself. You don't need somebody else to make you complete. And because of that, it lines you up, to really welcome in somebody who's also done that work and they're ready to meet you. Empress energy is strongly associated with Libra. So Libra is showing up strong in this read, and that really matches up with that message I got of the justice coming, okay? It really feels like a karmic balance. Empress is also associated with the sign of Taurus, so that brings in the message of the person you may have been dealing with might have had a Taurus placement strongly aspected in their chart. That's kind of a double message there, all right? So just taking heed of that. And let's go ahead and, yeah, bottom of the deck energy on that, the devil energy. All right. So, be live to those earth signs. I don't know what they've been up to. I don't know what they've been up to when it comes to air signs, but I don't know if it's all been on the up and up. Oh my God. Okay. Third symbol right here. Synchronicity, the Hierophant. Again, Taurus. Okay. So, I think that there's something that needs to be brought to a closure with the Taurus. And it's all good. It's all good. But Spirit is totally watching over this, and this is what needs to happen. And you can trust that any karmic balancing that needs to take place will take place. But this is also, really sort of like coming together as a community, rising above the challenges. And sometimes that Hierophant energy can be associated with marriage, all right? A serious union. So, again, nothing's going to happen overnight. 10 of Pentacles, Hierophant energy, all that love energy coming in, Ace of Cups. Summertime, things are going to start being on and popping. Yep. And if wishes were horses, the dreamers would ride. Beautiful things are being planted in the winter season.